Hi, I'm Debbie with Unforgettable Stamping, and today I'm going to share with you my quick and easy Grateful for You thank you card that I used featuring that I made featuring the For All Things stamp set. This is a brand new stamp set in the holiday catalog, and this is a card that I used as a make and take at my open house this past weekend, and everyone liked it, so I hope you like it too. I did start once again with my note card set. You know, I love these. It really makes cards come together quickly and easily. And so let's get started. So I want to begin with the note card. These come 22 a pack, pre-scored, and you can get them in Whisper White or Crumb Cake. Today's card is going to feature the Crumb Cake set, and we want to fold the card on the score line, but you want the indented side facing up. So there's a valley side, which is the one that's indented, and a mountain side. And I guess most people would think that you would fold it on this side, but actually if you fold it against the valley side, which is the indented side, it's actually going to give you a cleaner fold because you've broken, the paper fibers have been broken there on that fold. And so go ahead and fold that over and then just crisp it up with a bone folder. And you're just going to set that piece aside. Okay, the next step is to take a piece of Blackberry Bliss, and I've got all the dimensions in my project sheet. It is going out to my newsletter subscribers today. If you aren't a subscriber to my newsletter, be sure that you hop on over to my blog, and you can certainly sign up for future project sheets. If you don't get this one this week and you'd like it, please just send me an email and I'll be happy to send that to you. But in my project sheet this week, I give you a tip on how to create 8 cards with just a couple of sheets of cardstock and half a pack of these envelope sets. Okay, so I did use the Argyle folder for the big shot. And what you'll do is you'll just place your piece of cardstock between the folder there. And you can tell I love my big shot. I use my cutting pads all the time. And you're just going to sandwich it between those two. And then you're going to run it through the big shot just like this on tab 1. Okay, now I've already done that. And I've got that piece right here. But I wanted to show you, if you're doing multiples of a card, I would suggest that rather than doing them one at a time, because I'm all about quick and easy, you run 2 pieces at a time. You just need to carefully line them up so they don't end up being crooked. And if you hold the pad hold the folder pretty tightly and get it all lined up in your big shot and you run it through, then you'll get 2 in one pass through the big shot and you'll make your work go by twice as fast. Okay, so now that I've shared that tip with you, let's go on to finishing the card. So the next step I want to do is I just want to adhere this strip, and you can use either side. This is the embossed side and this is the debossed side. I actually prefer to have the little diamonds facing up. So I'm just going to add Tombow adhesive. And I like this glue for anything that's textured because it really does help adhere it really well. Okay, so you're just going to get that lined up on the side of the card front. Make sure that you check, not that it really makes a difference if it's on this side or this side, but when you have a card, make sure before you glue it that you check where the fold is and so that it's going to open up correctly. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside and work on my panel piece. So I've got my Naturals Ivory cardstock, and I wanted to add a background. And I love the new, well, this isn't new anymore, but it's a dictionary stamp. It gives you a great background. If you don't already have the designer paper that already looks like the typeset, this is a great way to make it on your own. So I've got my big background stamp, and the best way to use these, I have found, is to place it face up on your workspace, and you're just going to apply the ink directly to it just like this. This is a pretty detailed image, so just applying the ink just like this is great. If you have a background stamp that's more of a solid image, like the chevron stamp I used a couple of weeks ago, you will want to use your brayer, unless you're going for a more rustic look. In this instance, I don't care if it's not fully inked. I think that kind of adds to the look if it's not completely transferred over. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is add my cardstock on top, just like this. I'm going to lay it kind of off center from this piece, so it looks like I've actually cut it from a piece of paper out of a book. And this way I don't have to destroy any of my books. And I'm just going to take a piece of scrap paper and rub it like this, and that's going to transfer that ink from that image onto my cardstock really easily. And when you lift it up, it looks like that. And to further age this piece, I'm going to take a Stampin' sponge and my Sahara Sand ink, and I'm just going to lightly, and I'll pull my little scrap sheet out again, I'm just going to lightly sponge the edges. Now you'll notice I'm not doing it heavy-handed, and I'm starting off the cardstock and coming onto it, and that way it's darker at the edges but lighter as it feathers onto the piece. And I'm just rotating my piece, and it just adds a little character. Now you can always add more ink, but you can't take it away, so I always tell my stampers you just want to start with a light touch, and you can add as little or as much as you want later on, but you can't ever take it away. So there we go. I'm happy with how that looks, and I'm ready to go on to the next step. And that's going to be to add the images from the For All Things stamp set. I really like that this looks watercolored, and it's so easy to get that look without having to do a lot of the work. So I'm going to take this paint image here, and I'm going to use crushed curry ink, and I pulled these colors from the Autumn paper, Color Me Autumn designer paper that's part of this product suite, and I'm just going to stamp it in the upper half of this panel. See how easy that is? It looks like I've taken it and watercolored it on, and I really didn't do anything more than ink it up and stamp it down. And the next thing I'm going to do is take this foliage image. I love this. It's really pretty, and I'm going to use the Cajun Craze ink. This is kind of a color that I didn't really use in the past, but I'm really loving it this year for fall projects. Okay, and I'm just going to overstamp that just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure you try to hit that piece of, or that yellow square there. And then I'm also going to take this and stamp my envelope. I just like that it adds a little bit of color to my envelope. Makes it nice for the mailman to have something pretty to see too. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is bring my piece back and add my sentiment. And I'm going to use the Grateful for You and the Blackberry Bliss ink. And I'm just going to stamp that along the bottom, just like that. Now it's pretty dark, but once it dries, you'll be able to tell that it's Blackberry Bliss because it's going to pick up that strip that we've added to the side of the card. Okay, now the last thing I need to do is glue this piece down to my Cajun Craze mat. So really quickly, I'm going to use my Tombow. Glue that down. And I'm going to bring my card back in, and I'm going to use dimensionals to really quickly add this to the front of my card. Just need to peel these off. And then center that up on my card front. And look at that. Really fast, really easy, and really pretty. Again, my project sheet lists how you can quickly and easily cut 8 of these, and you can mass stamp these, assembly line style, run your big shot pieces at 2 at a time, and you can have a nice set of note cards to give to a friend or family member this holiday season. So I hope you give this card a try. Thanks so much for watching my video. Please hop over to my blog if you want to get any more details about the card or to sign up for my newsletter to get that project sheet. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.